Well, good morning. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. Even though it's a little late, you guys know I like to release these videos around 9 o'clock. I was tied up, and this was as quick as I could get it out. Also, the weather, it's been raining cats and dogs here. I'm at my dad's house in East Texas, and it's been raining cats and dogs. So the cell phone signal, while it's been usable, it hadn't been great. But anyway, that's not what today's video is about. Twice within the last 7 days, I've had two guys contact me, and basically their stories are the same. I'm going to share them with you and give you my thoughts. So, here's the basic scenario. I'm doing a lease purchase, or I've got one truck and I'm doing really well, or I'm thinking about doing a lease purchase, and here's my long-term goal. Basically what these guys are wanting to do is go from one truck to 5 trucks to 10 trucks to whatever. Who knows, they might be the next mega carrier. In this video, I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are on that. Also, should you get your own authority? I'm going to talk about that in this video too. So, this one probably won't be as long as what some of the other ones have been lately, but I would encourage you to join me. And let's jump right into this video and take a look at it. Here we go. Hey, Trucker Todd here, and today's video is sponsored by the fine folks at Mudflap. If you're not familiar with the Mudflap app, they offer you ways to save money on fuel. And if you click the link in my description below, you'll receive $10 off the first time you use their app to fill up if you do it within the first 5 days. So why not give them a shot? You could save 20, 30, even 50 cents or more per gallon on diesel. And you don't have to be a truck driver to use it. If you use diesel, you can use this app. So look down in the description below for the link to receive that savings for being a viewer of this channel. Alright, let's jump right into the regularly scheduled video.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down. Flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round. For my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. And this is why I do this.
Okay, and we're back. Before we go any further, you guys make sure and give me a thumbs up. Share this video on your social media platforms. Also, I've got a number down below if you're interested in going to work at DART. You guys know I like it here. There's a recruiting number down there. Call them. Tell them that driver 58180 referred you. It helps me out, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, my email is there, my Instagram is there, my Facebook is there. Feel free to join me on those platforms. Sometimes we put some content there that we don't put in the YouTube videos, and you'll be a part of that. Also, if you click subscribe, wait a few seconds, click that bell and select all, you'll be notified when I put out future videos. I try to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I try to release them around 9 o'clock in the morning Central Time, but as with this video, sometimes they're a little later than that. Sometimes I miss a day here and there, and so this way you'll be a part of the action. Alright, so let's talk about this now. You guys, I can certainly respect and appreciate the ambition. But here's some things that you might want to consider before you go from like 1 truck to 5 trucks. One thing that you learn if you ever take a psychology class or anything like that is that people generally think that everyone else is like they are. For example, if you're a hard worker, you generally expect others to be a hard worker. If you're an honest person, you're generally very trusting. You think other people are honest like you. If you're a snake, a thief, a crook, you're always looking for the next person that's going to rip you off. Well, the same is true in this case. If you are a good truck driver, and you obviously are if you're making money and you're looking at adding more trucks, but you're assuming that the 5 guys you hire to fill those trucks are going to be 5 U's, and they may or may not be. One thing you can guarantee is they probably won't take care of your equipment as well as you take care of it. Here's some other things you've got to consider. Breakdowns. Not only do you have a truck to pay for now if it breaks down, but you've got to pay that guy something. Hotels, maybe some type of layover or breakdown pay. And so you can sink your ship very quickly. Also, one guy who's a very smart guy, this is not meant to point him out or to shoot him down. One guy said, well, I'll get a 6th truck and I'll just leave it parked, and then if one of them breaks down, I'll put them in that truck while my one's in the shop, or I'll rotate it throughout the fleet. The problem with that is depending on the truck, you're looking at probably $200 a day that it costs to have that truck, depending on your model, things like that. These are just generalities. It's going to depend on your application, what you're doing. So you're looking at $1,000 to $1,500 a week that you're spending just to have a truck sitting. You would be better off to rent one for a week or two while your truck's in the shop from Ryder or Penske or somebody than you would be to just have a truck sitting waiting on the possibility that you might use it. Here's something else guys don't consider. What if one of those people quit? Then you've got 2 trucks sitting idle that aren't earning any revenue. And so I always caution people to be real careful about adding other trucks. It can be, obviously some guys make it. We can all name companies off the top of our heads that started with 1 truck and now they're these big fleets. But for every one of those Cinderella stories, there's 10,000 guys that tried it and failed. So I'm just saying be careful. And this guy was a super wise guy that I spent quite a bit of time talking to him, and so he was going to hire all family. Now that also has its advantages and disadvantages. The work ethic of different people is different. This guy may decide he wants to take 2, say you got 1 truck breaks down, another guy wants to take 2 weeks off. Now you've got 3 trucks, the spare, the one broke down, and this guy that are idle, not making you any money. And he goes, come on, man, you're my uncle, you're my brother-in-law, whatever. And then if you hold the line and say, no, I need you working, then the rest of the family's mad at you. Well, you don't have a heart, you don't understand, you're greedy, blah, blah, blah. You know the line. So I'm not saying that getting 5 trucks, this humidity in East Texas is getting me. I'm not saying that getting to 5 trucks is a bad idea, but it's not always a rags to riches story like you might think it is. Now let's talk to the flip side of that. Another thing a lot of guys talk about, well, I'm going to get my own authority. I'm currently in a deal where it's a 90-10 split or an 80-20 split or a 70-30 split, and they're getting money for doing nothing. And if I just got my own authority, I would have all these extra money just pouring in. Maybe, maybe not. What you've got to realize is your insurance rates are going to go up when you step out of that fleet into your own. Also, shippers will recognize that you are a new DOT number and they will be less likely to work with you. Now, do some people do it? Sure. Again, that guy I was talking about a minute ago, the really smart guy that I talked to for a while, he had some connections with some lumber places and he would have been able to haul some wood and stuff, and so he might be an exception to the rule. He might be doing good. But if you're just going to run the spot market and all, you may have a hard time getting your foot in the door, and it may not be the gold mine that you think it is. Also, you've got to think about costs. There's some cost involved. So you're going to get 5 trucks, and then you're going to spend I hear different numbers. Let's say $8,000 to $10,000 getting your own authority and going through all the hoops you've got to go through. But there's also other expenses. Not only do you got to do that, you've got to hire a third party legit third-party company to give you random drug tests. You've got to have some type of office set up to where DOT can come and rate it and look at your records at any time. So, granted, everybody kind of sort of has to have that, but when you're on your own authority and you've got 5 trucks, then you're going to have to deal with that. Also, you're going to want to look at like an LLC or some type of S corp or something like that having employees, and you're going to have to think about payroll taxes and doing payroll every week and things like that. And be careful with that. Oh, I'll just 1099 them. Be careful, because if you tick one of your employees off, it someday that may come back to bite you. So there's a lot to consider when you do this stuff. And I know there's another YouTuber that works here at Dart, good guy, but that's his goal. He's in the same kind of truck I am. I think his is an 18 instead of a 19 like mine, and he's going to pay that truck off. Then Dart has some older trucks that are 1-year buyouts, and he intends to buy several of those one at a time and put drivers in them. Not at Dart, but I think he's going to have them doing something else. Well, those trucks are older, and so you're going to have more mechanical issues, and there's not going to be any warranty, so you're going to want to make sure that you have a big nest egg, so if something breaks, you're prepared for that. Now, I'm not saying he can't do it. He's a smart guy. He's invested in a lot of stuff. He's made a lot of money both in the oil field and at Dart. I'm sure he'll make it, but I'm saying this for the benefit of others, that not only is there the potential to make more money, but there's also the potential to lose a lot more money. And I just caution you guys against doing it. Think it really through and make sure that it's something you want to do before you do it. And then let me know what you guys think. I need to wrap this up, but I would be curious to hear your thoughts. Leave me a comment below, send me an email, something like that. Tell me what you think. Did you start off with 1 truck and now you've got 5 and it's been all roses and rainbows? Or did you go to 5 and almost lose everything and go back to 1? I've met probably a dozen guys that have done that. That they had 8 or 10 trucks at one time, and they were like, the headaches aren't worth it. I decided it's better if I'm a one-man band, 1 truck on the road. So you guys let me know what you think. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all have a great day, and I'll either see you on Friday or Monday. All right, take care. Bye-bye.